Well, could you live on just $67 a day? Millions of Australians do on the age pension, but it's incredibly hard. 70-year-old Doreen budgets to the last cent. Tonight, like many other elderly Australians, she's begging the Treasurer to give pensioners a long overdue pay rise.
I describe it as a hell on earth.
Meet Doreen Lynch. She's 70 years old and, like almost 2 million Australians, lives on the age pension.
It's just impossible. It's just impossible to manage.
On a budget of just $67 a day, money is tight.
And you can see how quickly the money disappears.
Yes. So there's nothing left over. Mr. Treasurer, how we're meant to cope?
It's a simple question with no answer.
So it's really, really a struggle.
You don't live in luxury on an age pension. Every cent counts.
Doreen lives in not-for-profit housing, and during Melbourne's cold days and nights, she says her hot water bottle is her luxury.
Only power points get used. The fan doesn't even go on. Nothing, no heat, no cool, no nothing.
Doreen is a former bank manager, so she knows a thing or two about budgeting.
So this is $67. Where does your money go?
So my rent per day will say $18.35.
Okay.
My health insurance works out to be $6.42. Electricity, another $1.42. My Telstra bill is $3.57. Now, supermarket, roughly $8.
$8 a day on food.
Yes. That's all and toiletries and cleaning and everything else.
After factoring in her car registration and running costs, home and contents insurance and medications, Doreen is left with just $7 to spare.
The pension is not, it's a very basic living wage. It's not anything that you can do extravagant things with.
And then it's struggle street. Just if anything happens, anything goes wrong, I really should get somebody to look at the washing machine, but hey, I can't.
Doreen says she'd be happy to work part-time, but can't find a job.
Oh, I want a job because I can't live.
How are we going to pay our bills? The bills are going up.
74-year-old Deirdre Hancock is also on the pension. She says she wouldn't be able to survive without the extra money she earns from her job at the local church.
My plan is to keep working for as long as I can, as long as my health will allow me to.
Last month, Deirdre paid over $1,500 for new hearing aids and orthotics. She'll get some of it back on private health insurance, but says it's still a huge expense.
So in the last month, I have paid a heck of a lot of money out, and hopefully I'll be okay.
Like I got paid yesterday and I paid it on my bills. I got $8.90 left. That's all I've got left. So I've got to borrow money from someone else to be able to pay for it again.
Hans lives on a disability pension and struggles to make ends meet.
This week is the worst. This week has been the worst that I've ever had because I normally have $100, $200 left after the payday. But now it's sort of very hard.
The 65-year-old does puzzles and spends time in the garden to limit his electricity use and keep costs down.
I really have to probably start selling my collector stuff is the only way I'm going to survive. I've had to do it before. This is not the first time I've been in a rut like this.
I mean, the money does disappear. There's just simply nothing left.
Pensioners say they're frustrated by those on JobSeeker who were complaining about receiving the $1,100 fortnightly payment introduced earlier this year.
It's welcome to my world, and it's been like this for the last few years.
We deserve a pay rise. We deserve more money. We do. And that's the truth. We do deserve more money.
Why isn't the government helping us? Let them come and see how they live.
During this COVID crisis, age pensioners were given 2 bonus $750 payments, and it's expected in tonight's budget there could be an extra sweetener or 2. It's understood another bonus payment will be paid before Christmas, with a second to follow early next year, but they won't be worth as much.
We should get an increase. I truly believe that, and it's time that they do something about it.
We hear challenges of people on a pension who have something that goes wrong that they have to replace, and that can impact on their ability to afford even having 3 meals a day.
Ian Yates is the CEO of the Council on the Ageing. He says they are desperate for an increase to the age pension.
We are certainly expecting that there will be some good news for pensioners in the budget. We've been pressing the government hard about that.
They also want the public release of the nation's retirement income review, which the government has had since July.
I think it's entirely appropriate for Australia to have a retirement income system as a whole that delivers better than the age pension for most people.
All your life, and you've paid your taxes, and yet there are some things that you just can't get help from the government, and you just soldier on and do the best you can.
It's like you're not even a number. You're just some sort of annoying little drain on their budget.
Doreen won't be the only pensioner closely watching tonight's budget. Any bonus payment, and we understand there will be saved by Doreen to spend on medical bills.